Hello BookTube, it's Joshua here, and today I'm going to be doing a book tag. This one is called Reading Books About Reading Books, the Reading Books About Reading Books tag, and it was created by Robert G. Reader of Books. So thank you, Robert, for creating this tag. And I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, so I will link both of their channels in the description box. And so yeah, I'll get going. Number one, what do you enjoy most about reading? For me, it's the constant sense of discovery. Just always knowing that there's something more out there to discover. That always knowing that there's another genre, another subject to read about. One book always leads into another because you hear about how this author knew this person or how this author was influenced by this author, and so it's just one long chain of discovery, and I really love that feeling of always finding new things, and so that would probably be the thing that I enjoy most about reading, or at least one of the things that I enjoy most, beyond just simply enjoying things like the beauty of the language or just the aesthetic part of it. I also enjoy that a lot too, and that would be another one of my answers. But yeah. Question 2, what is the greatest benefit you get from reading? Well, one of the greatest benefits is the enjoyment. Yeah, these two questions are, I think, very much linked for me because one of the benefits that I value about reading is always learning more. Whether it's nonfiction or fiction, you're always learning something new. You're always well, for nonfiction especially, there's always another subject to learn about, another historical period to read about, and I really like learning about that. But also just always being intellectually stimulated, or always being engaged by something. I think that's one of the greatest benefits of reading. And 3, is there any other activity which gives you satisfaction similar to reading? There is one, yes. That would be classical music. Yeah, reading books and and listening to classical music are for me just amazing. Like I'm addicted to both of them, and they both give me I guess a similar sense of purpose, or a similar I don't know. I'm just really into both of them, and I don't think I could live without either of them. So yeah. Number 4, do you have a dedicated time each day or specific days of the week set aside for reading? No, I don't. I don't have any dedicated time each day, and yeah, I just read whenever I can. If I have the whole day free, I'll try to read for the whole day, and if I don't, I'll try to read for whatever free time I have. I don't really set specific hours. Like I wouldn't ever want to set a maximum for my reading, and unless I'm busy, then yeah, I just try to read as much as possible. Oh, and I kind of answered question 5 in that as well. Do you have a dedicated amount of time each day for reading? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's just whenever I can. At home, if I'm at home, it's nice because I can sit in this chair here, or in the living room, or wherever, and just read and relax. But also, like during the if I'm waiting for the bus, or if I'm just at school and I'm not doing anything, or I have some time to spare, I'll read then too. So yeah, there's no, I really don't have much of a strategy or a plan in my daily reading. 6, what is your favorite essay or book about the joys of reading? Now, I don't know if I have any full book about the joys of reading, or at least not that I remember. But I'll show you guys this anthology of essays again. I showed you guys this one other time, and I really value this book. And one of the essays in here is an essay by Virginia Woolf. It is called how should one read a book? And it talks about exactly that. It talks about just all the different genres of reading, and the particular charm about each one. And it's just it's an all-around delightful piece of prose. And actually, I'll read you a quote from it, because question 7 here is, what is your favorite quote about the joy of reading? And I'll read you a quote from this essay. I'll read you the first paragraph. So, how should one read a book? In the first place, I want to emphasize the note of interrogation at the end of my title. Even if I could answer the question for myself, the answer would apply only to me and not to you. The only advice, indeed, that one person can give another about reading is to take no advice, to follow your own instincts, to use your own reason, to come to your own conclusions. If this is agreed between us, then I feel at liberty to put forward a few ideas and suggestions, because you will not allow them to fetter that independence which is the most important quality that a reader can possess. After all, what laws can be laid down about books? The Battle of Waterloo was certainly fought on a certain day, but is Hamlet a better play than Lear? Nobody can say. Each must decide that question for himself. To admit authorities, however heavily furred and gowned, into our libraries, and let them tell us how to read, what value to place upon what we read, is to destroy the spirit of freedom which is the breath of those sanctuaries. Everywhere else may be bound by laws and conventions. There we have none. I just love that. I think Virginia Woolf is such a unique and characterful writer, and yeah, I highly recommend reading the full essay. It's part of her Common Reader series of essays, and it's just wonderful. And the last question is, if you were denied time to read, or if your access to books was denied you, how'd you cope? And I don't really know. I mean, there's nothing that would actually replace the act of reading itself. I have some poems memorized, and that could at least provide some sort of consolation. I could just recite those to myself. But I guess if I didn't have access to books, I would just watch more BookTube. At least that would be some way of thinking or hearing about books. But yeah, nothing would really replace the actual act of reading. So yeah, I don't really have any other answer than that. And question 9 is to tag others, but I feel like Pat has already tagged all the booktubers that I would tag anyway. So I won't tag anyone, but I'll say that if you see this video and you wanna do it, then go ahead. There are some really good questions, and yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this fairly short video, and yeah, goodbye.